Hey, hey, whoever that is, thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. I'm late today, y'all. Late, late, late. But that's okay. We still getting this walk and talk in. We still getting this walk and talk in. Early or late. Okay? Early or late. We get it in. And I hope y'all got it in. I hope y'all got in some type of cardiovascular aerobic activity today. And I hope you did so for at least 30 minutes. Okay? At least 30 minutes. So we're moving with the purpose. We walk and talk over here in Lions Pride. That's what we do. Okay? We walk and talk. Professional, personalized disclaimer. I'm licensed and certified, but I am not licensed and or certified to treat anyone else. So anything you hear me say or see me do over here, you do so at your own risk, okay? I want you to always contact your primary healthcare provider before starting, changing, restarting, or stopping any exercise plan, program, or routine that you have. Okay? All right? Your healthcare team, they form a circle around you. I call that circle an atom. You are the nucleus of that atom. Your healthcare team can be your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant. If you have special issues, they can be specialty doctors. They can be your physical therapist if you've had an injury before, occupational therapist, your dietitian, your nutritionist, your psychologist, tongue tied, y'all, your psychiatrist. Okay? Hey, Marsha. Hey, Lance Pride. I just recently subscribed to your channel. Thank you, Marsha. How you doing today? How are you? How are you? How are you? I was about to say I saw that M and I saw that heart and I was like, girl, I was trying to get my little disclaimer out the way. So I wasn't ignoring you. I was gonna say something to you. So I just looked down to actually see who we were. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. We just walk over here in Lions Pride. This is my pride. You know, we got a close knit group over here. Sometimes have about 10 of us in the chat. Sometimes you'll have maybe 15. There are not a lot of people in the chat because I don't do a lot of uploads on my shorts channel. And I go live most days though. I go live most days to get my walk and talk in. So that's what we're doing now. I exercise in the morning. Depending on my schedule, I might exercise during the day. But then I come back on here and then we do a live walking. So if you have not seen my shorts, please check out the shorts. Check out some of my short rain videos, ocean videos. But I mostly do a variety of shorts. So I'm glad to have you. I appreciate you. I'm fine. I need to be walking right there with you. Yeah. Yup. Get up and move. Get up and dance. Look, walk. I tell them every day. It's so much we can do. We can walk. We can dance. Okay? We can, like Rock Just Living, she comes over here sometimes. We can walk, like she suggested, we can walk in place. There's so much you can do. You can ride your bicycle around the neighborhood. You can go skating. Okay, make sure you wear your protective gear, your helmet, your shoulder pads, your elbow pads, your knee pads, your hip pads. Look, young folks just wear knee pads, okay? Because they're more flexible. They can bounce back. But look, if you want to be 100% safe, put you on some elbow pads, some knee pads, some hip pads, and some shoulder pads, and go skating. You can go swimming. If it's cold outside, go swimming indoors. When it's hot outside, go swim outdoors, okay? You can run, jog, skip, hop, march. Get those knees up and march. You can march, okay? It's all about your cardiovascular wellness, health, and fitness, all right? People say that your health is your wealth, and that is true. But over here, I like to say that your health and fitness are your wealth. Because you can be, your numbers and stuff, your blood pressure, your glucose, and all that stuff can look good, your cholesterol. But how do you feel when you go walking for, a long distance? So you can do some things to increase your stamina and your endurance. All right, just moving those joints increases the synovial fluid that's in those synovial cavities. They lubricate the joints and help with things like arthritis and things like that. Your body has synovial fluid. Moving helps to increase that. Moving helps that heart to push that blood and that lymph through the lymphatic system, which directly affects your immune system. So that's all we do over here. We just try to have a conversation, drop a few nuggets. The chat they drop nuggets. I learn from the chat. Hopefully the chat learns a little bit from me. And we just keep moving. We keep moving. Every now and again, we get a little feisty. Every now and again, we get a little feisty. Hey, Shawanda. Shawanda says, hey, everybody. So we try to be adult like over here. Everybody over here gets along. You know, I like it like that. Nobody's fussing and arguing with each other. If you have an issue with somebody in the chat, I ask that you, one, try to fix it. Two, if you can't fix it and you know that you can't, guess what? Just ignore them. Ignore each other, okay? Just ignore each other. Because like I always tell my chat, people come on social media and girl, they have these run-ins and they act like they can't leave it alone. But when they at home arguing with their spouse, their kids, their parents, their siblings, they won't speak to them for days. So if you see someone on social media who you don't click with, just don't speak to them. Avoid them. Avoid them. Marsha says, exercise does make you feel better. I just need to be more consistent. Yep. Be consistent and be persistent about being consistent. Marsha says, hey, Shawanda. That's what I always tell them. That's what I always tell them, Marsha. I say, you guys be consistent. You know, strive to be consistent and be persistent about being consistent. You have to be persistent about being consistent. So I'm late today. So I don't know, people probably getting off work. But I hope somebody comes in because I'm just gonna do maybe 30 minutes today. So I got like 22 minutes to go. Because it'll be dark in a little while. But that's okay, because I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good area. But I gotta get ready for work and stuff tomorrow. Gotta eat. You know, I'm not gonna eat heavy because the best time to exercise is after you eat to help that food digest. You know, now some people may say that that's not the best time for them, but generally speaking, the best time is after to help that food digest. Okay, to help that food digest. And ladies and men, do you some weight training resistance, some weight resistance exercises, at least a couple of days during the week. Okay, muscle helps to increase that metabolism. Muscle helps to increase that metabolism. I think Sharonda may be gone, Marsha. So, you know, I have people that come through in here and they support and they say, hey, but and some people stay a while, some people stay however long they can. I appreciate you for however long you can stay, but I think that's why she hadn't said hey back, because Sharonda be moving. Sharonda be moving, okay? She be moving. What's up, my bro? Chef Finest Wine in the house. What's going on, bro? Lion's Pride, I can tell you are fit. You are talking clearly with no heavy breathing. I be breathing sometimes like a bull if I miss a while. Look, let me tell you, Marsha, it be something, don't it? It's something. Whew, especially when you take a break and you take an extended break, it can be something else, I'm telling you. Hey, my bro, my Lion's Pride, what's up? Bro, I was so glad to see you live earlier today. And you were on Instagram? Was that Instagram? You know, I'm so glad that you showed that you went live, and because that's what people need to see. That's what more people need to see. Because you have so many people of color who really think that these things that are happening won't affect them. That they won't affect them. The things that are going on right now in the administration that we have, they're going to affect everybody. The billionaires, they're going to affect in a great way. Everybody else is going to affect in the wrong way. But you can't get, you know, we have some people who, they don't understand that they're not billionaires. They don't understand that there really isn't like a middle class. There's like a slither of what's called a middle class, right? Sorry about those cars, y'all. You have basically upper class, a slither of a middle class, and then you have poor. And more, that line between poor and upper class is getting thinner and thinner. Thinner and thinner. And I don't see how some of our people don't see that. You remember, Chef, when people were saying, read that Agenda 47, read that Project 2025, and nobody wanted to read it, right? Well, I'll say a lot of people didn't want to read it. They wanted to say that it was a distraction. You know, our people have a bad habit of calling things distractions. Okay? And those are the things that they should be paying attention to. Baby, but, yep, he got to stay. They got to stay on that because he's getting lawsuits left and right for all of this stuff he's been doing since last Monday. 1 weekend. Imagine what he plans on doing this whole term. But the only thing that we, the people, can do is show those Republicans midterms that if you keep going along with this, you won't have a job. You won't have a job. See, a lot of us don't want to hear that. When I say us, I mean black people, because a lot of us literally thought and figuratively thought that they could afford to hang with him. They thought that they could afford to hang with him. Marsha says, right lines, yeah, they thought that they could afford to hang with them. And the good thing is that we do have midterm elections during the presidency. I think a third of the Senate will be up for grabs and the whole House of Representatives. So if they want to hang on to their jobs and they're mistreating you, that's your next chance. So you can't get him out of office in, but you can get them out of office in. And you can send people who represent your best interest. He ain't, Chef. He ain't. And he's so stuck on trying to erase what happened on January 6th, 2021. You cannot, it's just like he's stuck on trying to erase Black history. He's stuck on trying to erase Black history. He's stuck on trying to erase what happened January 6th. He's just carrying out that agenda. That racist, bigoted, misogynistic, right-wing agenda. He's carrying that out. He told them he would. But what is so funny to me is I see people of color saying, he just got in. Give him a chance to get the groceries down. If this mother jucker can go in there and sign all those executive orders, that's their king, right? Can't he go in there and get those groceries down? Y'all put all this faith into him that he can do all this stuff. Okay? But even he told them, once he had them hoodwinked, once he won the election, he said, grocery prices aren't going to drop down. Common people knew that. People who even, you don't have to be really political. If you took an economics class, okay? If you went to college and took micro and macroeconomics, you know that the president himself does not directly influence the price of anything. He doesn't influence the price of it. Now, some of the things that he does can influence the price of things, just like he's talking about these tariffs. Those people are going to still send that stuff. And guess who the tariffs are going to be passed on to? The consumer. The consumer. And there are Republicans right now who totally disagree with what he said, but they're so afraid that if they disagree with him, then during the next election in 2026, the people won't vote for them. But they better start listening to the people, because a lot of these people are already having buyer's remorse. Because see, you get rid of DEI, it not only affects blacks and other people of color, it affects white women. White women who need to work. And a lot of these people who support him can't afford to be one income households. So then you start to affect white women, those who have to work. Now these rich Stefford wives, they all good. Like his wife, who somebody said she was looking like Hamburglar. Women like her, they don't care. You know, they're getting the best of whatever. They don't care. Those are the type of women who don't care that their husband cheated, who don't care that their husband has been convicted of 34 felonies, who don't care that their husband was charged and accused and convicted of SA. Those are the type of women like her. They don't care. Okay? They don't care. Hey, retirement days, comfort foods and more. Hey, Betty, how are you? So my thing is, no matter what side that you fall on, Republican or Democrat, at what point do you start to have some morals? At what point do you start to have morals? And don't say, oh, it's not going to happen to me, or he's not going to do that to me, because you don't know who he's going to do it to. You just know right now that people of color are kind of perturbed and pissed off. But let me tell you again, there's a top-ranking lady in the military that they stripped of her position. Not of her titles, but her position, because they said that she got it under DEI. So that was a young white woman. That young lady was white. So I think maybe these women need to start speaking more. If you agree on some of his policies, you might need to get a weight, get a scale, and see. Help you figure out, is it really worth it? Because you got people talking about the price of groceries who are now saying, well, give him a chance. He just got in. Well, he's using the ink pen to scribble up all this other junk, all this other nonsense, And then they say, well, the bird flu has the eggs up. Well, what about the gas? Because from the areas that I've been in the past couple of days, gas has been creeping up. The president does not have a direct impact on gas. The thing is that when there's a Republican president in, the Democrats say, oh, the gas up and he ain't doing nothing. When there's a Democratic president in, the Republicans say, oh, the gas is up and he's not doing anything. Some of the decisions that he makes have an indirect impact and can influence it, but he doesn't have a direct influence on it. So when it comes to things like the economy, yes, some of the decisions that the president makes can have influence on it, but he just can't, like with the swoop of a pen, make prices go down, make prices go up. And now you got those people who act like, oh, look, it's been a few, oh, the prices are going down just after the election, just because he was elected, the price is going down. But now that the prices aren't moving, and those that are moving are headed up, he's only been in a week. Give him some time. He didn't need much time to remove the cap off of that medication. Who doesn't have a mother, grandmother, auntie, or themselves who may need to take medication? Children. And you putting a cap on generic medication for those on Medicare? You putting a cap on it? So now, whereas the past administration had a cap on it, you couldn't charge any more than $2 for generic medication. Now they can do whatever they want to do. They can charge whatever they want to charge. They can make your copay or co-insurance whatever they want to on that generic medication. I mean, so where is that helping someone that's poor? Where is that helping someone who's dependent on government assistance? And then the sad thing about it is that the thing went down today, the server. The server went down today because people don't know who he's talking about. They don't know who he's talking about. So these men and women who claim that they want their country back, be prepared to not have some of the things that you've been used to. Because you would be amazed if you go to your local food stamp office, you would be amazed at who's coming out of there, who has that EBT card. You would be amazed who gets those, right? You would be amazed at the phone that they claim, the Obama phone and all that. You would be amazed at who has those, right? Those are the main ones talking and spitting and spewing all this hatred. My thing with government has always been, do what's right for the people. That's what you're there for. You're not there to do what's right for the millionaires. They don't have to worry about anything. Let me tell you, millionaires and billionaires, unless their family mishandles that money that they've created, they have money for generations to come. The working people, the working class, we don't. We don't. We have some savings here, there. We got this, we got that. And then you have people that say, well, my retirement is going to be this and that. Let me tell you something. If you worked in the state or federal system, this man is not going to touch your retirement. Because again, he's already under a slew of lawsuits, okay? And then how do you take that? I'm sure they'll find a way to do it. But honestly speaking, if they're telling people to earn things on their own merit and to do it the right way, if you're a teacher and he tries to go into your retirement savings in some type of way, overtax, change the tax and all that after a certain point, people will be suing like crazy. People will be suing like crazy. But the sad part about this is that some of the ones who are complaining now, or some of the ones who are seeing that, oh, so DEI isn't just to help black or brown people, Asian people. Yeah, it helps. You got two, you and your wife work. It helps your wife too. And let me tell you how I know that. Because I have family all over this country. I'm gonna mute for a second, y'all. I have family all over this country. And guess what? A lot of the people who have jobs got them because they were women. Be they white, black, or brown, they were women. So even though I know racism is real and exists, do you think that none of those white women will be affected by the removal of DEI? And I know this because let me tell you something, there are areas where contracts are granted, right? The contracts that they talked about being granted, he took off the DEI for federal contracts, right? There are local, state, and federal contracts that without those DEI regulations, they give them straight to their buddies. Straight to their buddies. But they put, they started to enforce the regulations. So what DEI did was if a white man felt like, well, they're discriminating against me, I should have really got this contract. Guess what they would do? A lot of them would have their wives to apply for the contract. They would have their wives to apply for the contract because as a woman, regardless of your color, race, creed, or color, you are considered a minority. So that man still got that contract, right? Chef says, I hope they sue his trifling ass. Ooh, he done pissed me off my eyes. Okay? Marsha says, Chef, all that part. It's crazy, y'all. And it's like, it doesn't take rocket science. You don't have to be a political person, to understand. And I know a lot of people don't like to watch the news, but that can be a problem sometimes. You gotta see, we got different sets of people. We got people who are quote unquote woke. Okay. And then we got people who are against the wokeness. Those are the ones, they don't want you to ever watch the news. I know the news can be depressing. I know the news can be sad. And I know the reasons that a lot of people don't want to watch the news. But where are you going to get your information? You're going to rely on social media. And some people do. And let me tell you, there are a lot of reputable people on social media. So if you're going to do that, fine. But you really need to be paying attention to your local government, your state government, and government on the national level, your federal government. Because some of these grants and things like that, some of this assistance that he's taking away, that's trickling down. That's trickling down. Now your local and states are scrambling for the money that he just took. And they stayed until Monday, but you just never know where he's going to hit the next time. You don't know what he's going to do the next time. So start to pay more attention to the news so that you will be informed. Because even if you feel like voting doesn't count, or voting, they're going to do, like some people say, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. Listen, you can't, what fails is not trying, right? What fails is not to try. And I think in this first week, in fact, I'm sure, I don't have the statistics, but from the videos I've seen online, YouTube and TikTok, a lot of these people are realizing they made the wrong decision. They couldn't afford to vote for a billionaire, literally or figuratively. All they were thinking about was food prices, and removing illegals. That's all they were thinking about. That's all they were thinking about. Illegals have always been here. illegals will always be here. So he can do this mass roundup, but there's going to come a point where other countries are not going to take them. So what do you do then? There's going to come a point where other countries are not going to take them. So what do you do then? You can't force them. What are you going to do? Put tariffs on Guatemala? Put tariffs on Mexico because they won't take them back? What are you going to, what are you going to do? The agenda that they have is basically a Hitler agenda. It's a Hitler agenda. And for anybody sitting up there saying that what Musk was doing was not the you know what sign, you got to be out of your mind. You got to be out of your mind. Within this week, he has even more closely aligned with that mess. So, I don't know what to tell. There are a lot of people who, like Tabitha Brown, for instance, a lot of social media people, they have products in these stores and they're trying to sell their product. Look, I think that one of the best things that Be Love did was to get her own factory. Because if people start to think more wisely, usually most things that become big start off little. So if you've gotten big, because things were good, you were prospering, and now they're rolling all this stuff back. Yeah, people can address that different ways. For those who want to protest by not shopping, do that. But those who feel like, well, there are things at Walmart that I just gotta get. There are things at Target that I just gotta get. Shop strategically. Okay? I'm not gonna say don't buy anything made by white people. There are white people in the fight. Okay? There are white people in the fight. But when you're just talking about these corporations and these companies like Walmart, Target, McDonald's, and places like that, buy strategically. Y'all hear my friend coming? I don't know where he been. Look at him. Look at him. He's so sleek. His skin is so pretty. Yeah, his skin is so sleek and pretty, y'all. So, before you can boycott, and there are different ways to do it. And people, it works. The reason boycotting doesn't work now is because this is not an insult. This is the truth. Many of us don't have the mentality that our great-grandparents had. Our grandparents, our parents, great-grandparents, great-grandparents, and definitely our great-grandparents. We don't have the mentality that they had. They made it work, however, with whatever, right? People have become spoiled. They become spoiled. And not so much that they're spoiled, but people have become used to obtaining their wants, their desires, compared to their needs, right? People, they get the things that they need, but if you think about it, sometimes people place more importance on the things that they want and desire. So when you have people who place more importance on the things that they want and desire, then those people who think that way, they're probably not going to boycott anything. They're not going to boycott anything. And it's sad. People keep saying it's about money, it's about money, it's about power. It is. It is. But best believe it's about more. They're getting to a point. Do y'all remember back way a long time ago when racism and bigotry and hatred were so bad that sometimes you say, well, I'm going to withhold my money. And they'd be like, we don't want your money anyway. It's not all about the green anymore because honestly, they're getting rid of the green. They're getting rid of the green for what? Silver, gold, platinum. I'm watching y'all. I'm just looking around, watch my environment. I'm in a good spot, but you still got to watch your environment. They're getting rid of that. Electronic transfers. So, which boils down to the green. It's about the green, but These people have a mentality right now. They're afraid. They're afraid of becoming a minority. They're afraid of becoming the minority. Okay? So there, a lot of them are in the position to, in a mindset that if you don't spend your money with me, I don't care. I don't care. The millionaires, the millionaires, and especially the billionaires, like, people want to say they want to protest Facebook, but you have so many people who have that addiction to social media so badly that it's a want and a desire that they can't shut it off. They can't shut it down. So you really can affect their pockets. And I know a lot of people make their living that way, but this generation does not have the mentality of people who were raised prior to the 60s. People who were raised during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. They just don't have that mentality. A lot of, and especially not just young people, a lot of people these days, if you can convince them to latch on to one thing, if there's one thing that you can do for them to benefit them, they don't care about the masses. Just like I talked about that he removed the cap off of the medication. You know, they had gotten a lot of insulin prices down and things like that. He's removing all that stuff. Well, you know, young people, most of them don't really need it. They're not thinking about that. But let me tell you something. If you are a young mother, father couple, and you're struggling, you're trying your hardest to make a living, and you're barely doing it with a 2-income household, and sometimes you need that assistance, and he's cutting these federal programs out. See, that man that you went and pulled that lever for that said he was for the working man in the middle class, he's wiping away anything that could help you. He's wiping away anything that can help you. And it's the arrogance about it for me, the way he stands and looks as if he really thinks he's God. And I'm just thinking about his vice president. I'm just saying to myself, dude, this man does not want to leave this office. So when there's time for a Republican nominee to be chosen, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow this man to stay on your neck? Are you going to allow this man to stay on your neck? Will the courts allow democracy to rule? Because if he doesn't want to leave and nobody makes him leave, they can go through a whole election process, whole campaigning and election process, and he will not leave. And you think he took away records the last time. He's moving records right now as we speak this time. It's going to be like they're going to have to retrieve 4 years worth of records. You know, he's in there worried about opening the JFK investigation, the Bobby Kennedy investigation, the MLK investigation. Who are you to do that? No other president has done it. You know, there are going to still be conspiracy theories, and there's still going to be questions. Why is he concerned with that? Those government officials that handled that stuff back then, you know, they did what they did. What is the big concern with that? What is the big concern with that? I don't understand what the big concern with that. How is that going to help this nation to open up and reopen those times for people, those families? What is that going to help? From my understanding, none of those families requested that. The American people didn't request it. The American people have been, look, I know a lot of people don't like Hollywood, but not just Hollywood, the American people in general have always come up with their own conclusions about what happened during those assassinations. So he's more worried about opening those up than he is about getting your grocery prices down that he promised you. What is up with that? How does that help him in any way to open up those 3 investigations? And I'm not gonna pull a page out of their book and say, oh, they stole the election. Look, he swears he won by this big mandate. Your margin of victory was small. His margin of victory was small. Even though he got all of those swing states that he needed, his margin of victory was small as far as the popular vote. It's not what he's claiming it is. And you guys know that he focuses. Let me tell you what he does. He is an entertainer. foremost. People like to say he's a businessman. He's foremost an entertainer. And what happened? If you continue to say something long enough, many people will believe it. Especially when you have people who are who seem to be hoodwinked, who seem to be brainwashed by you anyway. You seem to have the Jim Jones effect over them. If you say something long enough, people will start to believe it. They will start to believe it. So he says things over and over. He won by this great mandate. No. About half the people, honestly. It was so slim, it was about half the people. So, but he can fool them and make them think that he won by these great numbers because he won all those states that he lost the last time. Now, if we Democrats would choose to act the way they act, then we start to see a little bit, Democrats are too soft. I'm just going to say it. Too soft. Quit acting soft. That's what he's depending on, you to act soft. You got to let me tell you something, you got to get like them. And I know that when they go low, you go high stuff, that works to a degree, but it doesn't work in certain times. Sometimes when they go low, you got to get down with them and you got to get lower. Because sometimes you have to make people feel the pressure that they're putting on the majority, that they're putting on other people. You have to make them feel it. You gotta get with them. You don't have to do illegal things, but when they say when they go low, you go high, that doesn't apply anymore. It doesn't. You got to go right down low with them. And so all I can say is to people who are being affected right now with a lot of these BS orders, most of them are illegal. Most of them are illegal. That's why probably half of them are in court. Lawsuits have been flying since last Monday. But what he did was he made sure to stack that Supreme Court. So when all these courts make certain decisions that he doesn't agree with, his administration is going to take it to the Supreme Court. And in the Supreme Court, you have 6 conservatives and 3 liberals. So even if Roberts goes on to the liberal side, then you got 5 and 4. You always need, in order for some of this stuff to get stopped, if it reaches the Supreme Court, we need 2 to come from the conservative side. And we know Clarence Coon Thomas isn't going to do it. We know he isn't going to do it. So we got to just hope that these lower courts who are putting stays on stuff that he's doing and halting some of this stuff, we got to hope that their decisions stand. And when it does go to the Supreme Court, we've got to hope that Roberts usually has a moral compass. Justice Roberts usually has a moral compass. Not always, but of the conservatives, he usually has some degree of a moral compass. So we got to hope that one of the other ones does. And if the only one that might would be Barrett. Maybe she might. Kavanaugh, you just never know with him. You never know with him. So I've been on here 40 minutes, y'all. Y'all know I usually go like 30 minutes to an hour. So we're good. It's getting dark. So I'm going to start wrapping up. And I thank you guys for those 6 thumbs up. I thank you to Marsha, who came into the live. My bro, of course. My brother, Chef Finest Wine. You know I love you. Betty from Retirement Days. Comfort Foods and more. And y'all got to remember, no matter what side that you most align with, try to think, when you think about what's going on in this country, try to align with what's going to be good for the majority. Try to align with what's fair and equal. Okay? Some of that stuff with DEI maybe could be done with, but a lot of that stuff, it was placed there for a reason. It was placed there because it was needed. It wasn't just thrown there. Yeah, we never got our 40 acres and a mule. We never got a lot of the things that other people got that we were due. So we can't even have DEI. We can't even have DEI. So whatever side you align with, just think of what is good for the majority. What's good for the masses? Because honestly, it's about to get to a point where he was talking about World War III. It's about to get to a point of a civil war. You can't concentrate on World War III when you're creating a war right here in your own country. You cannot concentrate on World War III if you have a war brewing right in your own country. Marsha says, have a good night. I enjoyed your comment. Thank you, Marsha. I appreciate you. Again, I thank you for coming over here. We got a small knit community over here. You see my brochure, Finest Wine. Mad Dog No Good comes through here. Joyelle comes through here. Sin City comes through sometimes. Jill's Comfort Zone comes through here. I got a lot of different people that come through here. Bird, Lakeitha. Different people come through here. And we just try to have a quiet, nice time, just trying to have some adult conversation. I don't talk about the politics much, but with so much going on right now, I tap on it a little bit. So I mostly just talk about, health and fitness, and just encouraging people to do things that they need to do that's conducive to their health being better, okay? That'll be conducive to them having better health. Again, people say that your health is your wealth. I say your health and fitness are your wealth. So y'all remember, don't let bothered people bother you, okay? Don't let bothered people bother you. Hey, Mad Dog. Mad Dog, you send Marsha Tate over here. She been over here chilling, girl. She been over here chilling, little sis. She been over here chilling. I appreciate her. I told her we all try to get along over here. We don't be fussing and fighting and arguing. Sometimes I come on here and kind of, have to, every now and again I have to get some straightening, but I try not to have to do that. I try not to have to do that. I don't like doing that. I try not to have to do that. Mad Dog, get my moderator, another moderator in the house. Welcome in, everyone. Double tap that screen, okay? Or click the 3 dots and thumbs up the live, and I would appreciate it. Y'all know how I say it. I appreciate your subscribers. I appreciate the content creators / subscribers. I appreciate YouTube. I appreciate the platform. Because it is still free, thank goodness. And whether you're on here to make a coin, a dollar or not, you have that opportunity. But a lot of us are just on here to engage and have a good time. It's like the Copyright 107 says, educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. All right, educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. And when we're talking about the entertainment, y'all know how I like to say, I like a little mess sometimes, but I don't like it when it goes too far. So y'all protect your peace, okay? Protect your peace and protect your purpose. All right? Protect your peace and protect your purpose. So we got the 3 P's over here, like peace, positivity, and prosperity, right? So we're going to add another one, purpose. Protect your peace and protect your purpose. Okay? Try to come on the platform as a place where you can kind of, get some education. Give some education. All right? Be informed. Not a place where you come and just tear people down, not knowing what you're talking about, not knowing their business, or being rude and nasty. It's okay. It's okay to be a little nasty sometimes, but just don't overdo it. Just don't overdo it. Thank you for that heart to Mad Dog, Marsha. Mad Dog sending one right back at you. So, y'all, don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let bothered people bother you. Because bothered people have been bothered by somebody else, so now they want to take their aggression out on you. Don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. Okay? Because if someone is stressed and they're causing issues for you, listen, they're stressed. They'll end up stressing you out. All right? So don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, grab your grip and go. Grab your stuff, gather it up real quick. Because some people will invite you into their lounge. They'll give you some mints and some nuts, something to drink and some snacks, some wings. You watching TV, you eat some nachos. You thinking it's all good. Man, they start unzipping that sheep's clothing and the wolves come out. Okay? The wolves come out. So Grab your grip and go. GYGAG. Grab your grip and go. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. And if they come to your platform, to your spot, to your place, to your channel, to your page, or wherever you are, and they causing you problems, get them up out of there. Get them up out of there. Get them up out of there. Mad Dog says, I'm listening, trying to finish cooking dinner. Mad Dog, I'm about to go eat myself. I don't know why I didn't eat first. I think because it was getting late. And I didn't do my walk and talk yesterday. We did kind of like a ride. We were rolling. We did like a ride and talk. So it was getting late and I came on here. I knew it would be dark within an hour. So I'm gonna get out of here a little bit earlier than I probably would have anyway. I appreciate you for coming in and stopping through and showing support like you always do. I appreciate you again, Marsha. Marsha said that she learned about me through you. Learned that I had a channel through you. I appreciate you, my bro. My bro Chef Finest Wine. Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. Miss Betty. Shawanda came through. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming through. I hope that you guys are having a great week thus far. I hope you had a terrific Tuesday and that you continue to have a terrific Tuesday. And I hope that you have, thank you, Mad Dog. Mad Dog says, of course. I hope that you continue to have a terrific Tuesday and a wonderful rest of your week. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is hump day already. See, that's why I say, y'all, quit rushing the days, okay? Cherish each and every day. Because, let me tell you, especially once you hit them 30s, those mid-30s, man, you be looking at childhood like, when you're a kid, you think it's so slow. But believe me, birth to 18, you want to get out the house, you want to do your thing. But when you become an adult and them bills start hitting every month, those responsibilities are daily, time flies. If not for other than the fact that it's time to pay a bill again. Every 30 days, whoop, 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 time flies, okay? So don't rush time. Appreciate the way we look forward to Saturday and Sunday and appreciate the weekend. We look forward to Friday. Appreciate each day like that. Because tomorrow is Wednesday already. So we're about to come up on what is today? The 28th? We're here. The end of January, right? Y'all know once the events start to roll around, like last year was an election year. So you had the inauguration that had to happen on MLK Day. Of course, we had MLK Day, right? The kids went back to school, most of them at the beginning of the month. Every month there's something. So it makes time fly, right? Hey, Joshua. And so tomorrow is Wednesday. And be glad about it. Be just as glad about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I know, believe you, look, especially for us working people, it's like when Monday rolls around, you're like, oh, Monday is the hardest day. We have so much stuff to do, stuff that we didn't get done Friday. And if you're a 24-hour job, your job is a 24-hour job, you got stuff that's left over from the weekend. I know. Trust me, I know. You're like, it's Monday. Sometimes Mondays can be rough. But when you think about it, just depends on what's going on. Wednesday may be rough. Thursday may be rough. Tuesday may be rough. And you thinking Tuesday, you kind of settling into the week. Friday may be rough. The last weekday of the week. Yeah, I think that was right. The last weekday of the week. So just cherish each and every day, y'all. If your kids are little, I'm telling you, cherish. Take advantage of the things that they have available for kids now, because they have so much available for kids now that they didn't have when my kids were really little, and that we didn't have when we were little. Some of you guys didn't have when you were little. There's so much to do, So when it comes to things like that, don't let sometimes the worry of the world get to you. And when it does get to you, look, go to Dave and Buster's. Go to Dave and Buster's. Go bowling. Go do something fun to try to just take your mind off of it for a little while. Hey, Beetle. Joshua says, hey, Lions Pride. Beetle says, hi, I can't stay. I just wanted to stop by and show some love. I appreciate you, Beetle, for stopping by and showing love. I truly, truly do. We're about to get out of here. We are. I was trying to hang on. It's getting dark. Now I'm trying to get in the house. Because, sometimes they be like, it's dark, Lions. It's dark. And I'm like, I know. We good, though. We good. Look, for my name to be For me to be lions, the only thing I don't like out here when it's dark is encountering these cats because they creep up on you. like they creep up on you. And let me tell you, don't ever underestimate cats of any size, right? I love the big cats. I love the beast. I love the lions. I love the tigers. I love the cheetahs, the jaguars, the leopards. But let me tell you, those little cats, they ain't nothing to play with. All right. Little cats are nothing to play with. Okay? They're very smart. They're very smart. And they don't play with you. Hey, Nene. Hey, sweets, can't stay. Just want to say hi. Appreciate you, Nene. I thank you guys for saying hi. I'm about to get out of here. Been on for almost an hour. And look, y'all know what I say. I've already said it. Don't let bother people bother you, and don't you bother anybody. Don't let stressed people get you stressed out. And if you find yourself where you see it seems like there's just some confusion somewhere you don't want to be, you thought you did, just leave. Just leave. Okay? So I wish you all the 3 P's. What are the 3 P's? Y'all know: peace, positivity, and prosperity. Right? Because what? Without peace, there's chaos. So whatever you're doing right now, I know this is a trying time for a lot of people. So just find something to do daily for like 10 to 15 minutes that brings you peace. It could be a 15-minute meditation. All right? Eat your snack at work. You got your 15-minute snack break. Eat your snack and then just kind of chill and woosah for 10 minutes. It probably won't take you but about 5 minutes to eat that snack because you know it's almost lunchtime and you might be a little hungry. So you go ahead and get that snack out the way. Then you do a little 10-minute woosah. Okay? Or woosah on your other 15-minute break. And then if you're a person who's off on the weekends, make sure that you find some time for you. Okay? Some time for yourselves. Take care of yourselves. We all indulge in a little eating that might not be too perfect. And you got some of us who really, really eat right every day. But whatever you do, whether you stick to a strict diet and you eat very, very healthy, or whether you're just trying to eat better, continue to do whatever you do that's positive, okay? Continue to do whatever you do that's positive. Because eating right and eating better actually helps the mind, okay? It actually helps the mind. Remember I said, play those word games, y'all. Play checkers, play chess. You can play the simple games, play the easy games, play Connect 4. Get you that little Connect 4 game and play with somebody. And let that challenge you, because that's challenging your mind. A simple game of Connect 4 can challenge your mind. A simple game of Connect 4 can challenge your mind. Do the Sudoku puzzles like Saint talked about. I talked about them a lot last year because I love them. I do them all the time. Just buy you a big book and do the Sudoku puzzles. Do the crossword puzzles. If Sudoku isn't your thing, do crossword puzzles. Do any type of numbers. I love the numbers, right? So y'all take care of yourselves again, because I know God first, then family, then you. That's usually how it goes. But make sure that you're doing good for yourself, okay? Because you want to be good so that you can continue to take care of family, right? You want to be good so that you can continue to take care of family. So that's why I say that 4-letter word self is not all, it's a great word, right? And to be selfish sometimes is not a bad thing. To be selfish sometimes is not a bad thing. Just think of self-love, self-improvement, self-restraint, self-control, self-conditioning, selfishness. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. Selfishness doesn't always have to mean a negative thing. It means you're doing the things that you need to do to be at your optimal sometimes, so that you can continue to do the things that you need to do for your family, that you can continue to do the things that you need to do for your friends, on your job, at your church, at school. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. And y'all already know how I feel about the R words, right? Relax, release, relate to the things that you can, resolve the things that you can, relinquish the things that you need to let go, revisit some of the things that you used to do that you haven't done in a while that would be good for you to do, right? Reevaluate some things. Reevaluate yourself. Reevaluate things that you're doing. Do you want to continue to do them? Do you want to improve on them? Reevaluate those old things. Remember when I said to revisit those things? Go revisit those things and reevaluate what was going on during that time and get some of those old things back, right? Get some of those old good things back. Reestablish yourself. Replenish your mind, body, and soul. See, those R words are something else, I'm telling you. Replenish your mind, body, and soul. Right? Refocus, reset, and restart. So those are a lot of R words, all right? And when nobody else, when you feel like you're down and out and you need motivation, think about the way you motivate your kids, the way you motivate someone else's child, the way you motivate your family and friends, the way you motivate your parents even, the way your parents motivate you. Think about those things, remember those words, and use those words to motivate yourself. So I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lines Pride. Okay, bye y'all.